Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful story about human potential, and more importantly, how our own hesitation silently destroys it. We spend so much time worrying about the cost of failure, right? But today, we're going to look at something way more dangerous, and honestly, a whole lot more expensive: the silent cost of postponed action.
To hook you right in, I want you to picture this. Imagine a giant check for $1 million, and literally right in front of you, it bursts into flames. Now imagine someone offering you this choice. You can take that $1 million today, or you can wait exactly 1 year and get $2 million. What would you do? Most of us logically would choose to wait for the double payout, right?
So you pass on the immediate $1 million. It seems like the smart, disciplined choice to make. But here's the wild catch that our source material points out. What if that 1 year of waiting cost you the chance to build a life-changing business? What if it cost you the chance to meet your true love or discover your actual purpose in life? Suddenly, waiting around doesn't seem so cheap anymore.
Section 1. The Trap of Waiting.
To really understand this trap, we need to meet Ethan Parker. He's 27, a smart casual guy living in a modern Chicago apartment, and he's got these hopeful but hesitant eyes. Everyone around him knows he has enormous potential to start his own company. But man, he is completely paralyzed by his own hesitation. His mantra is always, not now, soon. Just picture his apartment wall, bathed in this cold blue-gray light, literally covered in sticky notes echoing that exact sentiment. He had this solid business idea that he'd been sitting on for 3 entire years. The market was growing, the plan was ready, but he constantly delayed it, just waiting for that elusive, perfect moment to magically arrive. Every single time Ethan sat down at his laptop to finally launch his business, these dark clouds of fear would roll in. Fear would just whisper right in his ear, "What if it fails?" He would stare at his screen completely frozen in this emotional internal struggle, terrified of losing everything he had worked for.
And you know how it goes, that fear snowballs fast. Next, it's, what if people laugh at you? This wasn't just about financial failure anymore. It was about his ego and his social standing. Because of these fears, month after month just slipped away. He was entirely trapped by the illusion that someday, somewhere in the future, he would magically feel ready.
Section 2. The Pain of Lost Opportunity.
But here's the harsh truth. The universe does not care if you feel ready. The rest of the world absolutely isn't waiting around for your confidence to catch up. Look at how long the world passed him by. Year 1, the idea is formed. Year 2, he's waiting for confidence. Year 3, yeah, still waiting. 3 ruthless years of ticking clocks where Ethan simply sat on his exact business model, doing nothing but perfecting his plans in a vacuum.
Then, reality hit him like a freight train. One day, Ethan is looking at his phone and he nearly drops it in total shock. He looks up and sees this crushing headline on the TV news, washing over his face in a cold blue light. A competitor startup just raised millions of dollars, and the business model? Almost identical to the one sitting right there on his open laptop. Someone else took the risk. Someone else built the exact future Ethan had only ever imagined.
And to deepen the pain, the source material introduces a heartbreaking personal parallel. Let's look at waiting for perfect timing versus acting and taking a chance. A few months later, Ethan is at a wedding. He's watching Sarah, a woman he secretly loved for years, laughing in a white dress with her new husband. The warm wedding lighting completely contrasts with Ethan's cold, heartbroken expression. He realizes in that agonizing moment that he didn't lose Sarah because she chose another man. He lost her because he was waiting for the perfect timing, and he simply never chose to act.
Section 3. The Grandfather's Lesson.
Completely broken by these back-to-back harsh realities, Ethan goes to visit his old, wise grandfather in his warm, rustic hardware store, a place literally built on tangible action. He pours his heart out about the business, about Sarah, and about his overwhelming regret. His grandfather listens, nods slowly, leans forward under the warm golden light of the store, and asks an incredibly simple question. What is the most expensive thing in the world? Ethan guesses gold. No. Real estate? Nope. Time? The grandfather smiles and says, close.
The grandfather reveals that the most expensive thing in the world is postponed action. It is the silent decision to let fear make choices for you, trading your massive possibilities for temporary comfort. This completely shatters Ethan's long-held belief that waiting was somehow protecting him from getting hurt. His grandfather delivers this profound, golden teaching moment. Mistakes? They can teach you. Failure makes you stronger. Hey, even lost money can be recovered, but the opportunity you never take often disappears forever.
Inaction costs you chances that you will never, ever get back.
Section 4. The power of action.
That night changed everything. Ethan goes back to his apartment and makes a hard promise to himself. He decides to stop waiting for perfect conditions, because he finally understands that perfect conditions are a total myth. The very next morning at dawn, with golden light breaking through his window, he clicks launch, and it is beautifully messy. Step 1, he launches with bugs. Step 2, he hears customer complaints. But step 3, he finally starts truly learning. Action immediately creates real momentum. His marketing failed, his website broke, but for the first time in years, he was actually moving.
And just look at the results of that momentum over the next decade. Year 2, he becomes profitable. Year 5, he has dozens of employees. Fast forward to year 10, Ethan is now 37, standing on a stage speaking to other entrepreneurs as a confident, slightly scarred, but very wise leader. The transformation from a hesitant youth to a man of action is complete.
During his speech, someone in the silent, captivated audience asks for his biggest lesson. Ethan shares his grandfather's ultimate truth with the room. The most expensive thing in life isn't failure. It's waiting so long that your opportunities expire.
Section 5. Final message.
The core takeaway of our explainer today is profound. Most people in life aren't held back by a lack of talent, intelligence, or resources. What really holds people back is their own hesitation. We spend years delaying our lives for useless illusions. We wait for absolute certainty. We wait for a sudden burst of motivation. We wait to feel total confidence. We wait for the perfect moment. But here's what Ethan learned. Action is what actually creates confidence. Action creates the opportunity.
Which leads us with this final powerful truth. The price of waiting is always higher than the cost of trying. Think about those tomorrow sticky notes Ethan used to have, and imagine literally burning them away for a brighter future. Trying might cost you some pride or some time or even some money, but waiting costs you the dream entirely.
So I want to conclude this explainer with a tough question for you to confront directly. If every single day you delay has a tangible, literal cost, what dream are you bankrupting right now by waiting? Don't let your opportunities expire. Start today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.